Despite the title, this isn't a superhero movie. I just watched Monkey Man, and this is what I thought.
I need to have reality to be focused on me. I'm on TV. I am a Vidiot.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Vidiot On Demand. I'm your host, Philip Williams, because no one else had the balls. Of course, I won't get into spoilers until a little bit later, and I'll give you a warning. So anybody who's familiar with Dev Patel probably knows that he's the kid from Slumdog Millionaire, and he played Zuko in the version of Avatar we do not speak of. We also know that he's a very good actor. He's British, and he's quite easy on the eyes. A lot of people have been speculating whether or not he could be a good fit for something like James Bond. Every time in interviews, they would ask him, hey, is James Bond something that you'd be interested in? And he would slyly say, I think I got something better in mind. And this is it. This is what some may call John Wick in Mumbai. It does feel very John Wick, but also very distinct in its own identity. We're not used to seeing people of this culture really reflected on screen, so that alone is a huge plus in my opinion, because it gives you a completely different backdrop. If I were you, I would go in blind. Don't watch any of the trailers. Not that it's fully spoiler heavy or anything, but it just feels like it does reveal certain action beats, and when you watch it, you just relive those action beats just more extended. So I would say avoid it and just go in blind. It's probably a better watch. This is the modern power fantasy. Back in the 80s, it was all about me, me, me. I want to be the coolest, and I want to be the badass, and I want to be this and that. But in this, it feels like it truly is about taking down corrupt systems, you know? The systems of government and oppression that have been put in place, and you have a chance to take it down in the most cool way possible. Maybe my brain works differently, but there is a moment a couple of times that the score took on sound that you get from Top Gun. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. Maybe Dev Patel, the director, is like, I love me some Top Gun soundtrack. I need at least a couple of moments where you just drop the dong sound in there. I don't know, but when you hear it, you can't unhear it. And now let's move on to some, I guess, mild spoilers. This movie likes to dabble into some action movie tropes, but does it in an interestingly different way. You have the revenge story. He wants to come back and take out the people responsible, but fails and does not succeed, and then has to kind of have a training montage, which is another action trope, and then become good enough to do it again. But this gives you a chance to go, yeah, but what if his first attempt didn't go so well, and then he has to figure out another way. Another thing that I enjoyed that is also a bit of a trope is a lot of great action movies have Christmas as a backdrop. Well, since this takes place in India, they do it under Diwali, which is kind of like Indian Christmas, which is a fun thing to have a contrast and a celebration that is specific to where they are. And I would love to see what the trans community will think of this film, because as I was watching it, I found it very interesting to see this community portrayed in quite a wonderfully spiritually enlightened light, as well as being badasses themselves and coming in and saving the day. I don't want to get too into spoilers about this, but I thought it was really, really unique for an action movie to touch upon this and also give the hero some place to rest up and be hidden, because the bad guys would never think to go where they are. There's something beautiful about that. There's one thing I just need to bring up, because there's a bit of in the past where the bad guy, when you see the flashback, the bad guy pulls out his belt and starts whipping the lead character's mom with it. And when he gets his revenge, he just finds a woman's shoe and starts beating the crap out of that guy with it. And I couldn't help but feel like that was a very deliberate male female parental corporal punishment thing that probably most cultures are aware of. Like, oh, when I was a kid, they used to slap me with the belt and I'd get hit in the head with a shoe. I think that was that's an interesting little dichotomy. Like it's the full circle moment that I just want to. That's probably the most spoilery thing I'm gonna go into. But I just wanted to put that out there as a thing that I caught. I really enjoyed this. I think this is worth checking out the movie theater. If you know nothing about it and just want to see some good rated R action in the style of John Wick that has a little bit of humor but a lot of style, and it's Dev Patel's leading man action movie directorial debut. This is worth checking out. I'd give this 4 Uncle Phils out of 5. Sure, why not? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I hope in some way this character could relive again. Maybe there could be a Monkey Man 2 in Japan or something. I don't know. Maybe they could do something where this character gets dropped into different places. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you know of other like-minded, awesome people like yourself that would enjoy something like this, please share this, subscribe, like, do all of those things. That would really help me out. But if you really want to do something a little extra, who knows? Maybe you can donate to my coffee. That's a way to make these keep coming at you fast and furious. Also, I've got merch available. Then that would be a cool way to show that you are down with the cool kids, so to speak. So please do all of those things. And remember me when you become rich and famous. I'll see you around.